Okay, we are here at the computer. I just open up a browser, type this in. I'm looking for PlayStation Bezel, vertical transparency, meaning that inside transparent. So you just press enter to search for it, and we found a PlayStation in May that I can use. So, but you don't want it the vertical one because even though it say vertical, you want a one that is horizontal, meaning it's wider here, but we're gonna flip it upside. We're gonna flip it around. So we have a PlayStation here, and it is transparency. So, but this is PlayStation 2. So we need one that is PlayStation 1. So we have to look and see if we could find one that is PlayStation 1. Okay. And let's click on this one, see what it say. It says Sony, PlayStation, but doesn't look that great. I like the PlayStation 2 pretty well. Here's one, PlayStation 1. Okay. Now, this one is show transparency, but it's not as great. But we're gonna go ahead and save it and then see how it go. Gonna save the image, and I already have one called PS1. So I'm gonna put this one as PlayStation. Let's just spell the word PlayStation. Now this one is not bad because if you turn it upside down, this thing it would be in a correct format. One would be correct facing and the other one would not, would be the other way. Now I've seen some down here. It's also PlayStation. So we got more than one choice. We have this one, which is not too bad. But I like this one better. But this one somehow the transparency look kind of weird. So let's try this one. This one is not bad. This one have the word PlayStation, and it have the PlayStation console and so on. So we could either use this one on the top or use this one on top. It doesn't matter. So we're gonna go ahead and save this one as well. And we're gonna call this PlayStation A. So we know that's a different one. And I also like this one as well. This one is not bad. I actually like this one much better. So let's go ahead and save this one. So this one I'm just gonna call it PS and call it -1 because I like this one better. Okay. So we got a PlayStation down. Now I want some May. Now this is a vertical one, so I want the one is not really vertical. I want to the reason I put the word vertical is because I want able to do this. So let's get rid of the word vertical. Let's just say bezel, transparent bezel. We already got PlayStation. We have enough PlayStation. We're gonna do May. Now we got May 2010, and then we have May 2016. So I need to get, and also May 2003, 2000. So I need 3 more. So I need to look for May, 3 more May. Okay. I could use this one because this is horizontal and it's perfect. It's transparency. So I'm gonna go ahead and save this one. And this one I'm gonna call it May 2000. Okay. So I need a 2010 and a 2016. Okay. Now we have that one. And we have this one's kind of have a square bracket around it. I think I like this one better. But problem, oh yeah, this one is transparent, so that's good. So we're gonna go ahead and save that one as well, and we're gonna call this May 2010. Okay, so I need 2016, and then we're in business. Okay, so let's see, 2016. This one looked like the one we just used. This one, so what I'm doing is I'm looking for like a default that have May on it. This one not bad, 2016. You have character on it, but it's okay because you have the word May on it. So I'm gonna do this one 2016. Okay, so we got all those already, and then how do you rotate it? You know what I'm saying? And also the size wise, we want it 1080 by 1920. So let's go ahead and open up the folder. And right now we are here. Let's minimize this, minimize that. Okay. So I already did this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and put it in here. I did not separate them, but I have a PlayStation. Now you also have to set up the CFG. So let's open one of the CFG. I think I only have one open. Yes, I want to keep it. Okay. So you want to open up a notepad, and this is what you want inside. Okay. And so you got overlay one, overlay the picture. So if I want to use this PlayStation, I think the PlayStation, the one I like is, I think I like this blue one. Okay. And so you want to flip it like this, and you want a transparency. This is transparency. This one is too. This one is not really transparency because you can see the line. So this is not a true transparency, but this one is, and this one is. Okay. So I want to turn this 90 degrees. So I'm using window. Right now I'm using window 10. Okay, this is not window 11. So I have all of them highlighted except this one. Okay, and you highlight this one too. Okay. Once you highlight it, you could do a right click, and you could actually rotate to the right or rotate to the left. Okay. So let's look at it and see which direction I want to rotate it. I want to rotate to the right because yeah, I think I prefer, or we could rotate to the left. Let's try rotate to the left. Okay, rotate to the left. So that will bring, so let's view this larger again. Well, here's extra large. Okay. So what we did is we rotate it. Now, I rotate to the left because I want this to be on top. Well, no, I actually don't want this to be the top, but I want the lady May to be on the top. So I rotate it to the left. Now, the problem I'm having is the size is too big. Okay. And I could use paintbrush, but then I have to use another program to change the transparency, and that is a little bit more work. Okay, now this one is a perfect size. This one is 1080 by 1920. This one is the perfect size. So you have to have a program to shrink this. So I will have to go to I have to install a program to make this work. Right now, this computer don't have that software installed, which is kind of sad. Okay, so now I want to create all this. So what you want to do is you want to create the exact same name. and you want to change that inside because you want to open up the file called May 2000. Okay, and then this file need to be the same name, file save as, and we're going to save it in the picture, and we want to save it in console. Okay, we want to change that to the same name as the PNG file. Okay, so this one is done. Okay, so the next one would be 2010 and 2016. So we're going to change that to 2010. Control C, copy, file, save as. And then we're going to change that to 2010. Okay, so that's the second one. So you want to continue doing this till you finish all the CFG, because if you don't have that, it's not going to work. 2016, and then you're going to save as 2016. Okay, so we got 2016. The next one would be PlayStation. Okay, PLAYSTATIO, PlayStation. If you don't want to type it, just do Control C or do copy, and then do File, Save As, and then just highlight the part you want to change, and then say Save. PlayStation, and then we have PlayStation A. So this one just need to put an A in front of it. File, Save As, and just add an A in front of it. Okay, so got two ready, and then this one is PS PlayStation, PS abbreviation, PSX, and we're gonna save as. So this is how you do it per console, but if you start doing it per game, that's a lot of work. Okay, and that is a lot of time, and that's what I don't have. So I'm not going to do for all the game. Now you could do it per game, the game that you like your favorite game. I did that with Mario, and I did that with Bonk, and so I have some that I did for that particular console because I like those console. So the one you play the most, you could actually look for those console. Okay, so you have a config file. You need this file because it will see this. It will not see this when you go to Retroarch Pi. So you will select. You need to select that, and then you automatically will know what file you need to grab to get the pictures. So the PlayStation 1 is the one that I want, and either that one or this one is nice. This one is the one that I might have problem with the transparency. So the transparency, you will have to edit and then get rid of that transparency thing. And this one is a little bit harder to do because the grid. So let's just open up a regular paintbrush. See, you see all this grid, and you don't want that. So you want to do view. You're gonna shrink it down so you could actually select those. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do home and change both of them white. Okay, and then I'm going to use the tool called the square selecting, And I'm going to actually, because it's hard to erase all that, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it. I think I'm cutting on the line. Okay, and then I'm going to click cut. And now I could make this completely transparency using another program and to do that. So I'm going to save that. Now you could also change the size when you're here. So since I have to go in and edit this one, I'll go ahead and say resize. So you do view, home, resize, and you want to click on pixel. And this one I want it to be 1080. That's the default one, 1080 by 1920. So that's the size we need. Now that's the correct size. Okay, so this one I don't have to change the size anymore. The size is correct because I just resize it. Okay, so we have to do that with every one of them. That if a size is not correct, this one is correct, 1080. So by 1920. So that one is ready to go. This is the one I need to see. If you highlight, if you move your mouse on top of it, you can see that these two colors are the same. If you come over here, this color is white. So this is not transparency. So to make that transparency, you have to open up another program called GIMP, which is a free software. Okay. So to do that, since we already delete this one, we could select it and see if we could press the delete key, and it doesn't delete. So that means we cannot. So what we're going to do is press select edit file. We're going to do edit, and then we're going to select all. If I use a keystroke, you will not be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm going to select all. Where's select all? V is to paste, C is to copy, X is to cut. Okay, and we're supposed to edit. Okay, let's just do it. I'm just going to press Control A, select all, and then Control X, which delete it. Okay. Well, it's already transparency, so I should be able to. And then I'm going to do Control V. Okay. I'm using this freezing tool called Freezing Style tool. So I should be able to select this area. Okay, select from the side, then come back in, select in the middle. So that's the only thing highlighted is just the inside. So now press delete, or you could just press Control D for delete, or you could just it doesn't have delete. Okay, I'm just gonna press press D for delete. D doesn't work. All right, Control X. There you go. Control X. Control X is to cut. And so now this is transparency. Perfect. This is what I want. So now to save it, we just click File, and let me just show you what I did. What I did was, okay, let's go back to it. Okay, what I did is I click here outside first, then I click back inside. So you only selecting inside. Then I do right click, edit, and then I did cut. Okay, that's what I did. All right, using a mouse stroke. Well, I gotta use a keystroke so you can't see what I click to get that. So that's what I did. Now I want to save it. So there's two ways to do it. You could override the existing file, or you could export it. Now, if it's a new name you want to call it, you have to export it into a new name. But since we're going to override it, we could just override it. And this would be exported. It's a different way to save. You cannot say save file. You have to export it out. Because it's a project you are trying to export it out into a file. You want to put everything. Like I could easily click here and go back to everything before I started. See that? And so you want to export it saying that take all this project and make it to one project. Alright, so that one is done. So this one's good. This one's good. Those two are ready to go. And this one, to see what size you could, yeah, this one's perfect. It's 1080 by 1920. And this is 1080 by 1920. So those two are good. All the PlayStation is good. Now we have to see if this is, see, this is too big. Okay. Now, if you change it using Paintbrush, you will have to use the other program to change it back. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that. Edit to file. We're going to say view. We're going to view by shrink it down, zoom in, zoom in. Okay. Now, this one, the size is too big. It's 14 by 2. So we're going to view, we're going to do home and resize. Click on pixel. From here, we're going to change it to 1080. And the bottom should automatically become 1920. So that one is done. But now we lost the transparency. So we will have to use the other program to fix it. So we're going to click close and we're going to save it. Alright. So now this is saved. We have to go open back up with another program called GIMP. And I'll give you the link for that program so you know how to use it. So you click on this, select the middle. So we highlight the middle, press D to delete. No, D doesn't work. Sorry, keep on saying D. Let's do it this way. Edit and cut. Control X. And it's already transparency, so that's good. You don't have to do anything else. So that one is ready to go. I'm going to do File, and we're just going to, we cannot say save. We have to say override the 2016. Alright, so that one is done. So we go up and do this one. We're going to check the size. It's not big enough. Actually, it's too small. So we will have to change it. So we're going to edit. Right, we're going to resize it. And we're going to change it to bigger, 1080. Alright, so you automatically know what size to be at. So that's beautiful. We're going to save that. We're going to close it out. And we're going to repeat this again. To edit, open with GMP. Alright, pick this the little magical wine magical stick, and we're just going to click outside, click inside, edit, cut, transparency. Beautiful. Now we're going to save it. Not save it, but override it. Now you could do this, or you could do export as. When you do export, this is originally is what, 2010? Is that the file that I have open? Okay. So you could export it into the same name, since we are going to use the same name. So that's the purpose of, because if you do it this way, you have to do it twice, because you're going to say, do you want to replace it? Of course. And then you have to do one more time here. That's why I say you have to do it twice. Okay. So that's like two-step process. So if you just go and click File, Override, Export to its original name, then you don't have to do that two-step process. Alright, so this one's done. Let's see what size this one. Ooh, this one is too big. This one's too small, this one's too big. Alright, so we're going to, using the paintbrush again. Now, you could have used that other program instead of going back and forth, but I just don't know how to resize it. The paintbrush I'm more familiar with than that program, that free program. Because that free program is a very complicated program, but it's very cool if you know how to use every single thing, but I don't. So that's the reason. Okay, so I resize it, close it, yes, want to save it. Okay, so now if you huddle over to the picture, this is transparency and this one is not. See the white, same color outside white, that's not transparency. So you have to open the program. pick the magical wand, magical stick, or the star, the stick with a star on top. Okay, now click outside, click inside, and then right click, edit, cut, and it should be transparency. And this one is done, and the size is correct. So this is the step you have to do in order to get just this save. Just tell you not to do save at this save. You're going to do override 2000. So the main is all ready. Now the question is, where do you copy this to? All right. So we have the CFG file created and all that stuff. So now we have to go to the IP address, which is you want to, let me just start from the beginning. Okay. You want to go to the build and arcade, whatever Raspberry Pi you have, and then go to config, and then go to all. From all, you're going to go to Retroarch. That's the Retroarch is the back end of it that's making this happen. You want to go to layout. Okay, in the layout you have I create originally I was more, like I put each name because those are inside, but because I have like more than one. See, I got Airbound, Bound 3, and Adventure and Events, so I only did those for PC Engine. The rest of them I didn't do it. Okay, so then I also need a default one, which is Turbo 16. We can have one right here, Turbo 16. So what I'm going to do is take all this, Control A, and then just drag it and drop it here. All right. So we have all this new one in here now. So that if you want to see what it look like, you could do let's view by type, and then we're going to see the pictures, what it look like. So the PlayStation -1, this is the one I'm going to use. I don't have 32X, but I went and copied it here in case in the future. This NES is not what I want because this is not the correct one. So I'm going to delete that one. So that means I need to go find NES. I don't have an NES. That's not the correct direction. Okay. Neither did this one. Because these two are not correct. So Commodore 64 and 7800 is not correct. Everything else is correct. So I need Atari 700 and NES. Alright, let's go do that before I forget, because I keep on deleting it, I will forget. Alright, so I need to go find those. And the way you find those, you just go to a browser. And I just delete NES, so I definitely need an NES because I have NES game. Okay, NES Bezel. So you got NES. This one is pretty cool. This one you have the top and you have this. So it doesn't matter which direction you flip, you will able to see the NES. So that one's pretty cool. This one, if you flip it, it looks funny. This one, you flip it, it's okay because you have NES on top and NES on bottom. So both of these look pretty cool. Okay, so let's pick this one. This one is not transparency, so that's not good. Okay, if it's transparency, it's actually better because you don't have to mess with it. And this one is not either. Oh, this one is. Okay, so let's go ahead and save that. And we're gonna make this. We're gonna name this. Now I already created the CFG already for NES, so I don't need to do that again. I just need to have the artwork. So that NES is pretty cool, but I also like this one too. And this one do not have transparency, so I will have to create one. So let's make this one SFC. That's another abbreviation for Nintendo. So let's save that one, and we're gonna flip it. Oh, it's not Super Nintendo, it's NES. Yeah, what am I thinking about? Okay, so NES dash B. Okay. So that one I had to do 2 steps to fix the artwork. Alright, so we finished that. We're going to do a Commodore 64. Those of you who like Commodore. Now this one look not bad. This one have the Commodore 64 on the side, and that actually is real nice. Alright, so we have Commodore 64. So C64.png. Now we just need Atari 78, ATARI 7800. Let's go ahead and copy that name so I don't have to retype it. And I guess this is on Atari 2800, I think. No, this is 2600. I need a 7800. What's this one say? Yeah, this one is a 7800, but this one have 7800, but it have a game. See, and it's okay to have a game if you want the game, but if you don't, then you have to look for one that just say Atari 78, which this one does. This one have Atari 78. I still like the one I just looked at a while ago. This one's not bad, but it's for 26. Okay, so we have Atari 2600. I like this one a lot, so I decided to get it again because I'm not sure what picture that I used on this one, and this one is a little bit too big, so we have to shrink it. Alright, so let's go ahead and flip this two around, this one, and Commodore 64, and Atari 7800, and NES. So we're going to take the NES 1, NES A, B, and then there's one more, which is Atari 7800. Now this one I have to do some big time modification. So let's go ahead and do that, and we're going to rotate. If I rotate to the right, it should be on the top. Let's rotate to the right. Let's see what happens. Okay, so that's rotate to the right, and that's rotate to the right. Yeah, I want this one to be on top. I'm going to take this and copy this and put it down here. So that's why I do the 7800. 2600 look very small. Okay, so we're going to change the size, edit, and we're going to zoom out so we can see better, and then we're going to do resize. So this is need to be 1080. Ooh, the size is messed up. 1080 by 1920. Okay, so now that is the correct size. So let's go ahead and save that, close that. So let's fix that while we're on it. Yeah, this is the one I need to do transparency. So I already got the magic go on. I'm just going to click metal, right click, edit, and cut. Alright, so that one's done. So we're going to do file, and we're going to export always. Okay, next one is the 7800. This one, the size is correct, but I don't want it to show the picture of the other one. So we're going to view, and we're going to zoom out, zoom out. So what I'm going to do, kind of a little bit tricky, is I'm going to do home, select, Tell you what, I'm going to do Control C and then Control P, paste. And then I'm going to drag it. Do select all, and I'm going to do copy, and then I'm going to do paste. What I'm going to do is drag the other one down like this, so I don't have to like. Okay, and then I'm going to save it. Now this size is correct, 1080 by 1920. Alright, Atari 7800 is done. Beautiful. Okay, close. So now that one need to be transparency, open with, grid, and I'm gonna click outside, click inside, and then Control X. There you go. And then File X override. 7800. That one is done. Now Commodore 64, is the size correct? Because I think the size is a little bit too. No, it's 10. Okay, that one is good. Commodore 64 is good. Alright, and now we need to do NES. Okay, NES size. That one is beautiful. No need to do nothing. This one is kind of off. I don't know why here is wider than this side. You notice that? Like the picture is messed up. Okay, let's do edit, because we need to fix that. That is kind of weird. See how the picture, this is messed up? So I probably have to view and zoom out, and then I have to do select, and I have to cut this picture. My mouse doesn't work very well here. Ah, shoot. Okay, I'm going to do cut, and then I'm going to swing this down, and then I'm going to paste. Okay, now it'll be the exact perfect size. Now I'm going to click on the size, resize it to 1080. See, it's off by 1, so I need to take off that maintain, so that way we could change it without changing the top. 1920. Alright, so this picture is fixed. Okay, no funny business. Alright, so we're going to save it, and then we're going to fix that. See, that picture before was have a big white spot on the other side. I don't like that, so we've just fixed that. Now we're going to open up with GIMP, and we're going to click outside and then inside, and then press Control X. Did not work. Why? Outside, inside, Control X. I think it's because the whole thing is white. So we have to Control A, select all, and then press X. We're going to cut that. It's because white it's not transparency. So you have to make a transparency. So it's good that we have that so we could do this. We're going to do new layer, and the automatic is transparency, as you notice, and the size correct. So we're just going to do OK. Now we're going to delete the one because we select all and we made a copy. So we're going to delete this one, the white one. We don't want the white one. Okay. Now this is transparency paper size, 1080 by 1920. Now we're going to do. A while ago we did select all and then we did cut. So now we need to put it back. So Control V is to put it back. Now we could go back to the same thing. I'm gonna click on it. Now we could click Control X again. This time it will show transparency. There you go. Yeah, it's a lot of step. There's a lot of step. This one had more step. The last one we did have the most step of all. we're going to go ahead and override the NESB. Okay, and then we're going to minimize the whole thing, and this is done. So we could transfer this over. Now, which one? I have a Famicom Super Nintendo, but I don't have any yet. So we're going to go ahead and copy. We're going to do Control A again, copy, and then just paste it back here. My mouse not listening to me. And we're going to skip the one we already have. Okay, so we have all the picture we need. Got PlayStation, we got NES, got Turbo 16, the default one. Actually, we have two Turbo 16. Oh, one is a CD. This is Turbo CD. And yes, we do have two. We have this old-fashioned one and then the joystick one. So yeah. Okay, so now we already copy into 151. So that's good. So what I could do is before I get out here, I want to make a copy in case, because I have another vertical program. And I'm just going to copy this whole thing, layout. And I'll put it on my PC. So now we're ready to go back to the console, since we already transferred it over to the console, we could now do the bezel. Alright, that's pretty much it on this video.